Welcome back to Who Died Today USA channel. In the past few days, we have received somber news about the passing of extraordinary talents. Today's episode is dedicated to honoring their memory. Additionally, we will recap the stars we have recently lost. Before we begin, we kindly ask for your support. If this video or the legacies of these remarkable individuals have touched your life, please consider giving this video a thumbs up as a sign of respect and remembrance. Thank you.
No more shirts and bright blue jeans, all at once she said.
Johnny Tillotson, the golden-voiced singer who gave the world unforgettable hits like Poetry in Motion and It Keeps Right on A-Hurtin, passed peacefully on April 1st, 2025, at the age of 86. His wife, Nancy, shared that his final days were marked by love, music, and memories, as he faced complications related to Parkinson's disease with grace and quiet strength. Born in Jacksonville, Florida, in 1938, Johnny found his way to the hearts of millions during the early 1960s. With a gentle smile and a heartfelt sound, he became a beacon of the era's pop-country crossover. His song, Poetry in Motion, soared to number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100, while It Keeps Right on A-Hurtin not only reached number 3, but also earned him his first Grammy nomination. Covered by legends like Elvis Presley and Dean Martin, Johnny's songwriting spoke to the tenderness and trials of the human heart. Throughout his life, Johnny remained deeply connected to his audience. Just days before his passing, he released a final song, Everything I Touch Turns to Blue, a soft, soulful reflection that now feels like a parting gift. Johnny's journey wasn't without sorrow. He endured the loss of his daughter in 1991, yet he continued forward, never letting grief dim his light. In every performance, he brought dignity, gratitude, and a warmth that transcended the spotlight. Surrounded by family, cherished by fans, and celebrated by peers, Johnny Tillotson leaves behind more than music. He leaves a legacy of sincerity, resilience, and timeless grace. His songs will forever echo in the hearts of those who listened and loved and remembered.
Underway. Back when they had that.
Michael Hurley, the beloved American singer-songwriter known as the Godfather of Freak Folk, passed away on April 3, 2025, at the age of 83, shortly after returning home to Oregon from a weekend of performances at the Big Ears Festival in Knoxville. His passing was sudden, and while a specific cause was not disclosed, it followed a long and uncompromising career defined by creative independence, warm eccentricity, and a lifelong devotion to music. Born on December 20th, 1941 in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, Hurley developed a love for music early in life, influenced by the sounds of Chuck Berry, Fats Domino, and Hank Williams. A self-taught guitarist and songwriter, he released his first album, First Songs, in 1964 through Smithsonian Folkways. Right from the start, Hurley's songs stood out, offbeat, sincere, and unlike anything else in the American folk landscape. Over the next 6 decades, Hurley quietly built a cult, following through albums such as Armchair Boogie, 1971, and the seminal Have Moisey, 1976, a collaboration that became a cornerstone of outsider folk. His lyrics often explored whimsical, surreal topics, werewolves, biscuit rollers, fish bones, crafted with a blend of humor and melancholy that resonated deeply with those drawn to his unorthodox world. Though he spent periods of his life outside the public eye, working odd jobs to support his family, Hurley never stopped writing. In the 1980s, he founded his own label, Bellmead Phonics, and in later years, found renewed appreciation among younger artists who cited him as a guiding light of authenticity. Just 1 week before his passing, Hurley had completed mastering a brand new album, an achievement that speaks to his creative spark until the very end. Michael Hurley's legacy is etched in the hearts of those who value originality and honesty. In a world that often rewards conformity, he stood apart, singing his truth, crafting his stories, and reminding us all of the beauty found in strangeness, sincerity, and song.
Take a good look, Pop. I'm Buck Barrel.
A true time.
Gene Hackman, one of Hollywood's most enduring talents, lived a life marked by quiet strength, transformative artistry, and deep devotion to family. Known for his unforgettable roles in The French Connection, Unforgiven, and The Conversation, Hackman's career spanned over 4 decades, earning him 2 Academy Awards and the admiration of generations of moviegoers. On February 26, 2025, Gene Hackman passed away at the age of 95 in his home in Santa Fe, New Mexico. According to the New Mexico Office of the Medical Investigator, his passing was attributed to complications from heart disease, high blood pressure, and advanced Alzheimer's. His wife, Betsy Arakawa, a gifted classical pianist and his partner of over 30 years, passed just 1 week prior due to a rare viral illness. Together, they shared a quiet life away from the spotlight, defined by mutual respect and simple joys. Gene was never one for celebrity spectacle. Even in retirement, he remained deeply private, committed to living peacefully. There simply is no legitimate government purpose for releasing this material at this time, said the Hackman family's attorney, reflecting their desire to preserve dignity and protect the memory of both Gene and Betsy. Hackman's legacy isn't only cinematic, it's human. He portrayed flawed, resilient, and deeply real characters, helping us see parts of ourselves on screen. To his fans, his work was more than performance. It was truth, vulnerability, and strength. In his silence, he taught us that greatness doesn't shout, it endures. And in the words of those who knew him best, Gene Hackman's life was a masterclass in humility, integrity, and grace.
Don't you kick me. You hurt me. You're no bargaining, pal. You are a spoiled, rotten little brat, pal.
Stanley R. Jaffe, the Oscar-winning producer and former studio executive, was a name synonymous with integrity, ambition, and deep emotional storytelling in cinema. Born on July 31, 1940, in the Bronx and raised in New Rochelle, New York, Jaffe followed in the footsteps of his father, Leo Jaffe, a longtime Columbia Pictures executive. But Stanley carved his own path, one defined by bold decisions, creative risk-taking, and a profound understanding of human connection on screen. He rose to prominence with the groundbreaking Kramer vs. Kramer, a film that explored the complexities of family, fatherhood, and love. Winning 5 Academy Awards in 1980, including Best Picture, it was a triumph that reflected Jaffe's belief that movies should speak to the heart. His partnership with Sherry Lansing at Jaffe Lansing Productions delivered more hits like Fatal Attraction, The Accused, and School Ties, each marked by a blend of intensity and vulnerability. Beyond producing, Jaffe made history in 1969 as the youngest ever president of a major studio when he took the reins at Paramount Pictures at age 29. He later returned to lead the company again in the early 1990s, overseeing not just film but publishing, sports teams, and theme parks. Jaffe passed away peacefully at his home in Rancho Mirage on March 10, 2025, at the age of 84, as confirmed by his daughter Betsy. His legacy continues through his family, his films, and generations of filmmakers who learned from his vision. A film made with love and about love, he once said about Kramer vs. Kramer. That sentiment captures not only his work, but his life. May his legacy remind us of the power of storytelling to heal, to inspire, and to endure. Do you remember D'Wayne Wiggins, the smooth baritone behind some of the most iconic love songs of the 90s? Born on February 14, 1961 in Oakland, California, Wiggins helped define the sound of a generation as a founding member of Toni, Toné, blending blues, gospel, R&B, and soul into a sound that was both timeless and boldly new. With hits like Feels Good, Anniversary, and It Never Rains in Southern California, the group soared to platinum status, becoming a staple of the New Jack Swing movement. But Wiggins was more than a frontman. He was a mentor and producer who quietly shaped the careers of stars like Zendaya, H.E.R., Kalani, and even Destiny's Child. His home studio, House of Music, was more than a creative space. It was a launch pad for future legends. Still, his path wasn't without challenges. Fame, creative conflicts, and the strain of the music industry caused Toné to part ways after their fourth album. But time, reflection, and love for the music brought the original members back together for a long-awaited tour in 2023. In his own words during an AP interview, "We got a lot of material. We just want to put out the right energy through our music." D'Wayne Wiggins passed away on March 7, 2025 at age 64, following a year-long battle with bladder cancer, as confirmed by his family. Yet his story isn't just about rhythm and melodies, it's about heart, heritage, and hope. His sound still plays at weddings, cookouts, and quiet Sunday mornings, reminding us of love, connection, and community. And his influence will continue through every artist he touched and every fan he moved.
What you mean? Don't mess with me, pork chop. What day is this? It's February 2nd.
Breaking news. Bill Murray, a legendary journey of humor, trials, and resilience. Where is he now? Bill Murray, the name synonymous with quirky humor, sharp wit, and a lasting legacy in comedy, has become an icon whose impact spans across decades of both film and television. Known for his offbeat roles, mischievous humor, and distinctive voice, Murray has enchanted audiences with his roles in Ghostbusters, Groundhog Day, and Lost in Translation. But beyond the laughs and iconic performances, his journey is also marked by personal struggles, creative evolution, and unyielding resilience. In 2024, as Murray steps into the later stages of his career, how does he continue to hold on to his crown as one of Hollywood's most beloved figures? Let's take a deep dive into the life of Bill Murray, exploring the challenges he's faced, the way he's shaped Hollywood, and how he's made peace with the battles of both his personal and professional life. Born on September 21, 1950, in Wilmette, Illinois, Murray was one of 9 siblings with a natural knack for making people laugh. His early career in comedy began with stand-up, and in 1979, he joined the cast of Saturday Night Live, SNL, where his sharp wit and offbeat humor quickly made him a fan favorite. But it was his role in Ghostbusters, 1984, that launched him into superstardom. Playing the sarcastic, lovable parapsychologist Peter Venkman, Murray delivered a performance that became a cultural touchstone. Over the years, he went on to star in countless iconic films, including Groundhog Day, 1993, which is still regarded as one of the greatest comedies of all time. Despite his immense success, Murray's journey has not been without its hurdles. In the early years of his career, Murray's impulsive personality and unpredictable behavior on set sometimes caused friction. His relationship with director Harold Ramis, for instance, became strained during the filming of Groundhog Day, leading to a rift that lasted for years. Murray's intensity and perfectionism on set also created tension with other actors, such as Lucy Liu, with whom he reportedly had a contentious relationship during the filming of Charlie's Angels, 2000. But Murray's ability to learn from his experiences and reconcile these personal and professional rifts speaks to his resilience. an underlying trait that has helped him navigate the tumultuous nature of the entertainment industry. Murray's willingness to embrace eccentricity extends beyond his film roles. Off-screen, he has cultivated an image of the reclusive, unpredictable genius, often popping up in unexpected places. Whether it's randomly crashing weddings, serving drinks at a party, or joining a group of strangers for a karaoke night, Murray's actions embody his refusal to be boxed in by fame and expectations. His impromptu appearances, such as those in public spaces or on social media, have become part of his legend, offering fans a glimpse into the whimsical nature of the man behind the screen. However, despite his playful exterior, Bill Murray has had to grapple with personal struggles as well. One of the most significant challenges came in 2022 when his film Being Mortal was shut down due to allegations of inappropriate behavior on set. This incident sent shockwaves through Hollywood, especially given Murray's status as a comedy legend. He was forced to reflect on his actions, and the incident prompted him to issue a public apology, acknowledging his role in creating an uncomfortable work environment. It was a humbling moment for the actor, who had always prided himself on being candid but never fully transparent with his own flaws. Murray's commitment to authenticity remains a core part of his identity. Whether through his stand-up comedy, his distinctive acting style, or his unorthodox approach to life, he has always embraced his true self, despite the risk of alienation or criticism. This authenticity has allowed him to stay relevant in a constantly evolving Hollywood, where stars often succumb to the pressures of maintaining a polished, cookie-cutter image. While his career has certainly slowed down in recent years, Bill Murray remains a beloved figure, often using his platform to comment on the changes in Hollywood. Despite his vast success, he has continued to speak out on issues of political correctness, especially when it comes to comedy. His remarks have at times sparked controversy, but Murray remains unfazed by the backlash. His willingness to stand up for the freedom of expression is both his charm and his curse, as it challenges the boundaries of what is considered acceptable in today's climate. At nearly 74, Murray continues to work, though his choices are increasingly selective. In 2024, he directed and starred in Unfrosted, a Netflix film about the invention of the Pop-Tart, proving that his sharp mind and sense of humor remain intact. The film showcases his classic wit, proving that despite his age, Bill Murray has not lost his touch. His ability to balance his creativity with a deeper understanding of the world around him has allowed him to stay active in the industry, even as he moves away from the frenetic pace of his earlier years. Murray's health, while not a major topic of discussion, has occasionally come up in interviews. He has acknowledged that as he ages, the demands of Hollywood grow more difficult, but he remains physically active and mentally sharp. His love for golf, long known as one of his personal hobbies, serves as a metaphor for his approach to life: steady, measured, and free from the pressures of perfection. As he heads toward his 70th birthday, Bill Murray's legacy is undeniable. While his path to stardom was filled with both triumphs and tribulations, he has carved out a niche for himself as one of Hollywood's most resilient and authentic stars. He is a figure whose personal philosophy, to be true to oneself, to embrace eccentricity, and to never fear challenging the status quo, has made him a role model for fans and fellow entertainers alike. What do you think of Bill Murray's remarkable journey? How has he impacted your view on aging, creativity, and authenticity? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and if this tribute to Bill Murray resonated with you, consider subscribing for more stories about Hollywood's most legendary figures. Let's continue to celebrate the unique contributions of icons like Bill Murray, whose legacy of humor and heart continues to inspire us all.
Till he knows that too many people.
On January 7, 2025, Peter Yarrow, iconic member of the folk trio Peter, Paul, and Mary, passed away at the age of 86. His publicist, Ken Sunshine, confirmed the news and shared that Peter had faced a long and quiet journey with bladder cancer. Peter, Paul, and Mary weren't just a musical group, they were a movement. With songs like Blowin' in the Wind, If I Had a Hammer, and Puff the Magic Dragon, their harmonies carried the spirit of the 1960s, echoing through civil rights marches, peace rallies, and living rooms across America. Their voices brought comfort, courage, and conviction in a time when the nation was searching for direction. Even in later years, Peter never strayed from his calling. Through Operation Respect, he championed the importance of kindness and respect in schools, reminding generations of children that compassion is powerful. Performing alongside his daughter Bethany and cellist Rufus Cappadocia, Peter found new ways to connect with audiences, keeping the flame of folk music alive with grace and warmth. Born in Manhattan in 1938 to Ukrainian Jewish parents, Peter's path to music was as heartfelt as his voice. From painting in high school to studying psychology at Cornell, he discovered folk music's potential for transformation. That belief carried him from coffee houses in Greenwich Village to the steps of the Lincoln Memorial during Dr. King's "I Have a Dream" speech. Peter Yarrow's legacy is not only in the songs he sang but in the hearts he touched. His voice continues, in the memories we hold, the values he lived by, and in every moment when music reminds us of who we are and who we can still become.
And the kids were off to school.
Marianne Faithfull, a timeless icon of British music and culture, passed away on January 30th, 2025, at the age of 78. Her passing in London was confirmed by her spokesperson and reported by The Guardian. She had been living with the effects of a prolonged illness. Faithfull's journey began in 1964 with the hauntingly beautiful As Tears Go By, a song written for her by Mick Jagger and Keith Richards. It launched a career that would span over 6 decades, weaving through pop, folk, rock, and the raw honesty of alternative music. Her 1979 album Broken English marked a powerful return, showing a voice shaped not only by time, but by truth. She was more than a muse to the Rolling Stones or a symbol of the 1960s. Marianne was an artist of remarkable depth who poured her soul into every note and lyric. Collaborating with artists like Nick Cave, Metallica, and Warren Ellis, she continued to create music that stirred and challenged, never settling for anything less than real. Her path wasn't always easy. She faced immense personal challenges, but never let them define her. With resilience and a fierce creative spirit, she emerged stronger, transforming pain into poetry. She also graced the stage and screen, from Shakespearean roles to films by Jean-Luc Godard and Orson Welles. Marianne Faithfull leaves behind a legacy etched in sound and spirit, a reminder of how a singular voice can speak for so many. Her music lives on, not just in records or stages, but in the hearts of those who found comfort, courage, and connection in her story.
Speaking to you twice a day, Monday through Friday, from this set in the KTVU studios is...
With deep admiration, we remember Dennis Richmond, not just as a legendary news anchor, but as a voice of trust, calm, and dignity for generations of viewers. On February 5th, 2025, Dennis peacefully passed away at his home in Grass Valley, California, with his wife, Deborah, by his side. The news was shared by KTVU, the very station where he built a remarkable legacy. Dennis's journey into journalism was anything but conventional. Born in Rossford, Ohio in 1943, he served in the U.S. Army's 82nd Airborne Division before beginning at KTVU in 1968 as a clerk typist. His talent, work ethic, and quiet strength quickly elevated him to chief anchor by 1976, making history as one of the first African-American anchors in a major market. For over 30 years, Dennis anchored the 10 o'clock news, guiding viewers through some of the Bay Area's most pivotal moments, from the 1989 Loma Prieta earthquake to the Oakland Hills firestorm. In times of chaos, he brought clarity. In times of fear, he brought calm. Beyond the newsroom, Dennis was a mentor and a role model, inspiring young journalists and setting a gold standard in broadcast integrity. His accolades were many, but his humility remained. After retiring in 2008, Dennis embraced a quieter life filled with golf, tennis, and the joys of family. Still, his presence never truly left. His voice, his values, and his unwavering commitment to truth continue to echo in the hearts of those he informed and inspired. Dennis Richmond wasn't just a man on the screen. He was a guiding light in uncertain times, and his story will be told for years to come. Do you remember where you were the first time you heard Rockin' Chair? Or how her voice made you feel like someone finally understood your heart? Gwen McCrae, the soulful voice behind some of the most beloved R&B grooves of the 70s, left behind more than just hits. She left behind moments, memories, and melodies that still move us. Born Gwendolyn Patricia Mosley in 1943 in Pensacola, Florida, Gwen began singing in church and local clubs before launching a career that would span decades. Her rise to stardom took flight in 1975 when Rockin' Chair climbed to the top of the U.S. R&B charts and into the hearts of millions. That track, with its smooth rhythm and Gwen's heartfelt delivery, became a defining anthem of the era. From there, songs like Funky Sensation and All This Love That I'm Given secured her legacy as the queen of rare groove. She didn't just sing, she stirred the soul. Even as trends changed, Gwen stayed true to her sound. She brought her music to stages around the world, especially in Europe, where loyal fans continued to celebrate her voice and spirit. She was a trailblazer of the Miami soul movement and collaborated with some of the brightest talents of her time. On February 21st, 2025, Gwen McCrae passed away at the age of 81 in North Miami Beach, Florida. The news was confirmed by Joe Stone, son of TK Records co-founder Henry Stone, Miami Herald. Though she's no longer with us, her songs still play on, at cookouts, quiet evenings, and dance floors alike, reminding us that great voices never fade, they echo. Brenton Wood had a way of making you feel good, of wrapping joy, charm, and groove into every note. Do you remember the first time Gimme Little Sign came on the radio? Or how the Oogum Boogum song made you sing along, maybe even dance a little in the kitchen? Born Alfred Jesse Smith in 1941 in Shreveport, Louisiana, Brenton moved to California as a child, where his love for music blossomed. Inspired by Sam Cooke and Jesse Belvin, he took on the name Brenton Wood and began crafting a sound that felt both familiar and fresh, soulful, sweet, and undeniably his own. His breakthrough came in 1967 with a string of unforgettable hits. Gimme Little Sign climbed to number 9 on the Billboard Hot 100, while the Oogum Boogum song and Baby You Got It also found chart success and lasting fan devotion. Brenton's charm wasn't just in his voice, it was in the way he made every song feel like a conversation with a friend. In early 2024, he launched Catch You on the Rebound, The Last Tour, a loving farewell to fans. On January 3, 2025, Brenton Wood passed away peacefully in his sleep at his home in Moreno Valley, California. His longtime manager, Manny Gallegos, confirmed the news, and shared that Brenton's final words to fans were the same as his tour. "Catch you on the rebound." And we will, Brenton. Your music lives on, in every rhythm, every smile, and every memory that still grooves to your timeless sound.
Well, greetings, everybody. Good evening. It's Bob Rivers, and yes, I'm still here and attempting.
Bob Rivers didn't just play the hits, he twisted them, poked fun at them, and in doing so, made millions laugh year after year. From holiday jingles to classic rock anthems, Bob turned everyday airwaves into unforgettable moments. And on March 11th, 2025, the world turned down the dial in quiet tribute as the legendary broadcaster passed away at 68. His longtime agent, Paul Anderson, confirmed that Bob had spent the past 3 years facing esophageal cancer, a battle he met with the same honesty and humor that defined his career. If you grew up listening to rock radio in the 80s, 90s, or 2000s, chances are you've laughed along to 12 Pains of Christmas or couldn't resist the charm of I Am Santa Claus. Those weren't just silly parodies. They were Bob's way of bringing people together. Whether it was through his twisted tunes on Baltimore's 98 Rock or his marathon 11-day live broadcast during the Orioles' infamous losing streak. Yes, that really happened. Bob wasn't just on the radio. He was the radio. Later in Seattle, he led morning shows for over 2 decades, formed a cover band with coworkers, and in retirement, launched a podcast just to keep creating. He didn't slow down, he evolved. More than a broadcaster, Bob was a builder of moments, shared laughs, surprising depth, and just enough chaos to keep things real. He leaves behind his wife Lisa, sons Andrew and Keith, and 2 granddaughters who will one day learn how their grandfather made an entire generation laugh on the way to work. Because Bob Rivers didn't just sign off, he left us singing along.
Something kind of bad happens with guys, the instinct is always to sort of just gloss over it and just have a good time and kind of, pretend like it didn't.
Some filmmakers dazzle. Jeff Baena was invited. He didn't ask for applause, he asked for connection. And over the years, through quiet, clever, and offbeat films, he offered comfort to anyone who felt a little out of place. On January 3rd, 2025, Jeff passed away at 47. The Los Angeles County Medical Examiner confirmed his passing as a result of suicide. But Jeff's story, like his films, was never defined by a single note. It was a symphony of strangeness, sincerity, and soul. He first made his mark co-writing I Huckabees, but Life After Beth, a zombie comedy starring his partner Aubrey Plaza, introduced us to Jeff's unique voice. From there, he gave us Joshy, The Little Hours, Spin Me Round, and Horse Girl, each bending genre in ways that made us laugh, think, and sometimes even cry. Jeff's films didn't follow formulas, they followed feeling. He wrote about mental health with Empathy, Horse Girl, about grief with Absurdity, Life After Beth, and about love with a wink, The Little Hours. He worked closely with Aubrey Plaza, his creative partner and wife since 2021, and their work was a quiet celebration of trust, imagination, and bold, artistic freedom. Friends and collaborators, like Molly Shannon, shared heartfelt tributes after his passing. Audiences remembered not just the filmmaker, but the man who made room for vulnerability in storytelling. Jeff Baena wasn't just making movies, he was making meaning. And in every oddball character and surreal twist, he left a space for those of us still figuring things out. He may have written the final scene, but the echo of his voice will linger long after the credits roll.
There's a High Iceman. I'm sure you know who it is. And I was, holy smokes, High Iceman. Mostly all
If you ever flipped through the Sunday comics with a smile, chances are you were holding a piece of High Iceman's legacy. For more than 7 decades, High brought laughter, wit, and timeless charm to newspaper pages across America. On March 27, 2025, he passed away at the age of 97. His passing was confirmed by the Daily Cartoonist, marking the end of a remarkable chapter in comic strip history. Born in 1927, Hy Eisman began his career during the golden era of newspaper comics. He penned beloved strips like Little Iodine and Little Lulu, but he is perhaps best known for his long stewardship of Popeye and the Katzenjammer Kids, two of the most iconic and longest-running comic series in American publishing. Hy didn't just inherit these classics, he honored and reimagined them for new generations. What made Hy special wasn't just his drawing, it was his dedication. He continued illustrating well into his 90s and taught at the Joe Kubert School of Cartoon and Graphic Art for over 40 years, shaping the next wave of storytellers. Even as the world of comics changed, Hy's work remained a comforting bridge between past and present. Colleagues often described him as humble, generous, and deeply passionate about his craft. In 2018, he received the prestigious Milton Caniff Lifetime Achievement Award, an honor befitting a man who gave his life to the joy of storytelling through ink and imagination. Hy Eisman was more than an artist. He was a thread in the fabric of American comic art, and his voice, though quiet now, continues to speak with every laugh, every panel, and every Sunday morning memory.
Did you miss me?
Breaking news. Jeff Bridges. A journey of resilience, redemption, and triumph over adversity. Where is he now? Jeff Bridges is not just a Hollywood legend. He's a symbol of resilience, determination, and the power of second chances. Known for his remarkable performances in iconic films like The Big Lebowski, Crazy Heart, and Starman, Bridges has captivated audiences for decades. Yet his journey extends far beyond his roles on screen. Behind the scenes, he's faced immense personal and health challenges, including his battle with cancer, which has only strengthened his resolve to live life fully and authentically. So, what's next for Jeff Bridges? And how has his remarkable journey shaped the man we see today? Share your thoughts in the comments below as we dive into the incredible life of Jeff Bridges. Jeff Bridges' rise to fame was not just due to his natural talent, but also his deep commitment to his craft. Born on December 4, 1949 in Los Angeles, Bridges grew up in a family steeped in the entertainment industry, with his father, Lloyd Bridges, and his brother, Beau Bridges, already established actors. His big break came in 1971 with The Last Picture Show, but it was his portrayal of the laid-back, philosophical The Dude in The Big Lebowski, 1998, that made him a cultural icon. The role became legendary, and The Dude is now one of the most beloved characters in cinema history. But Bridges didn't stop there. His performance in Crazy Heart, 2009, earned him an Academy Award for Best Actor, showcasing his ability to take on deeply emotional roles. These iconic films marked the high points of his career, but the true story of Jeff Bridges is about much more than just his movie roles. Though Bridges' career was flourishing, his life was not without its struggles. Early on, he battled personal demons, including substance abuse. Like many stars of the 70s and 80s, he struggled with the pressures of fame. But unlike many others, Jeff Bridges found a way to turn his life around. His decision to get clean and sober was a pivotal moment in his life and career, allowing him to emerge from the shadow of his past and continue his career with renewed purpose. Even as his professional life took off, Bridges was also learning to navigate the complexities of personal relationships and maintaining his balance amid the chaos of fame. Over the years, his commitment to family has been one of his greatest sources of strength. His relationship with his wife, Susan Geston, whom he married in 1977, has remained a pillar of support throughout his challenges, providing him with the stability needed to thrive. In 2020, Jeff Bridges' life took another turn when he was diagnosed with lymphoma, a type of cancer that affects the lymphatic system. This news sent shockwaves through the entertainment world, as Bridges was not only beloved for his acting talent, but also for his vibrant and positive spirit. Rather than retreating into seclusion, he made the brave decision to share his diagnosis with the world. Through social media posts and interviews, Bridges kept his fans updated on his progress, demonstrating an inspiring level of transparency and bravery. "I've learned a lot about how precious life is," Bridges shared in one of his updates. "Every moment feels more valuable now." The process of undergoing chemotherapy and radiation was grueling. Bridges, known for his positive outlook and commitment to life, faced this challenge head-on, showing the same resilience that he had shown in his career. Despite the fatigue and the challenges that came with treatment, Jeff Bridges remained hopeful and strong, always focusing on the support of his family and friends. As he continued to fight the disease, Bridges announced in 2021 that the tumor had significantly shrunk, and he was feeling much better. This was a monumental relief, not only for him and his family, but for the millions of fans who had rallied behind him throughout his battle. His journey became a symbol of perseverance, and his openness about the struggle resonated with people everywhere. By the time Bridges recovered enough to return to work, he was ready for a new challenge. In 2021, he starred in the television series The Old Man, which became a major milestone in his career. This series allowed Bridges to portray an aging former CIA agent, a role that felt deeply personal, given his own experiences with aging and health challenges. The series, which received critical acclaim, marked an emotional and physical return to acting for Bridges. Not only did Bridges embrace his role in The Old Man, but he also continued his passion for music, releasing a self-titled album in 2011 and engaging in various musical projects. His love for music has always been a part of who he is, and it has been an important aspect of his healing process. Music, along with his acting career, continues to be a source of joy and expression for him. Throughout his career and his health struggles, Jeff Bridges has always maintained that his family has been his rock. He often speaks about the immense love and support he has received from his wife and children, which has kept him grounded throughout the most difficult moments of his life. Family has been the constant thread that has woven through his career, his recovery from illness, and his personal happiness. In interviews, Bridges has repeatedly emphasized the importance of mental health, well-being, and gratitude. He's openly discussed how his mindset has changed after his cancer diagnosis, saying that life feels more precious now. His openness about mental and physical health has made him an advocate for those who face their own battles with disease, demonstrating the importance of staying connected to loved ones and finding strength within oneself. What's next for Jeff Bridges? As Jeff Bridges continues to recover and regain his strength, it's clear that he's not done making his mark. He has proven time and again that no challenge is too great to overcome, and his story continues to inspire millions. Whether in front of the camera or behind the scenes, Bridges has shown that his passion for life and his career is unshakable. What's next for Jeff Bridges? With his health improving and a renewed sense of purpose, we can expect more remarkable performances and contributions from this talented actor. His journey has been one of resilience, determination, and love, and the world can't wait to see what comes next. What are your thoughts on Jeff Bridges' incredible journey? How has his story inspired you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you've enjoyed learning about Jeff Bridges and his remarkable journey, please like this post and subscribe for more stories on Hollywood's most iconic figures. Let's continue celebrating the lives of those who inspire us with their strength, determination, and courage.